body. I mean, he's shriveled up.
Well, he partied hard, man. He partied hard through his presidency and before and after. You know, you can't live that high lifestyle like that.
But he's supposedly this health nut vegan now. Vegan. He's probably going to be a vagabond as soon as Hillary dumps him after she steps into the White House.
All right, let's take a quick call from...
So be like, too many painful memories here, Bill. Remember Monica Lewinsky over here in the Oval Office? Put your cigars away, Bill.
Let's take a quick call from Steve in South Line. Steve, you've been waiting patiently. Go ahead. What do you got?
Hey, is it me?
Yeah, it's you, man. Go.
Oh, okay. No, I'm saying it don't matter because the fix is in. We haven't done nothing. We've had the House and the Senate for 2 years. Obama should be the president. He's had more vetoes than any other president in history. Either that or the Democrats should have had more filibusters in history. They haven't done nothing, absolutely nothing about the range out west. They haven't done nothing about the water. They haven't done nothing about IRS. They haven't done nothing about the waterways. The fix is in.
Yeah.
We're done.
Well, I'm telling you what, I think that's the anger that people are feeling, and that's why a guy like Donald Trump, no matter how...
Donald Trump ain't going to do nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. The fix is in.
Yeah,
I
would disagree only because...
It's all over.
Yeah, I think...
They're not going to do anything.
Yeah, well, something will be done. I don't know whether it'll be good or not. Put it that way.
When you say the fix is in, are you saying that Hillary won't be indicted or prosecuted? Is that what you mean by that?
It doesn't matter.
No. I'm asking.
It doesn't matter.
I'm asking you a question.
House representatives in the Senate for 2 years. Obama should have had a veto 20, 30 bills by now.
I'm asking.
The Senate should be filibustered.
All right.
They haven't. And what are they going to do? Okay, you get Trump in. What's he going to? Oh, now he's going to legislate. So now it's going to take a year to get any bills through.
I'm asking you a simple question, which you refuse to acknowledge.
All right. Well,
nothing's going to change.
Okay. Well, thanks, Steve. Appreciate the call. Boy, Steve's not happy at all, is he?
I was just asking a simple question, which would not be acknowledged.
It's kind of hard to get that sometimes.
Kind of like Bill Clinton. He didn't want to answer either.
He wanted to. He couldn't. Let's take a call from Chris in New York. Chris, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? How you doing, guys?
Hey.
It's Chris from New York. I suggest that that previous caller just start packing his bags, and he can always move to the EU over there. I hear that they're doing pretty well out there, so I think that's a good place for him to go.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell the anger is really palpable out there, and Steve is obviously showing a big part of it now. He's reached the point where he doesn't trust anybody, and who can blame him? You know, and I think...
But I just wanted more of a specific, when he says the fix is in, what is he saying? I mean, that Hillary won't be prosecuted? I mean, that could possibly be the case.
I have no idea. He didn't want to answer that question, which was I was kind of looking forward to.
What do you think?
Answering that question. I think that ultimately we're kind of like backed in a corner here, which is why I think Trump is resonating with so many people, because we've gone the route of voting, the Republicans into office, and I know it's been said time and again on other radio stations how they've let us down, and I think that's why Trump is resonating, because people feel like they know this guy, they've seen him on TV. He's not a guy that just came out of nowhere like an Obama, who just came out of nowhere and just blew the wheels off Hillary in the elections. He's a guy that we've kind of grown up watching, and I think people feel like they're more likely to trust a person that they kind of feel like they know than a politician at this point. I think that's just my feeling.
Yeah. Now, Chris,
there's a lot of truth in that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, Chris, you and I follow each other on Twitter, and I know you and I are kind of very similar in the fact that we both liked Cruz, we both liked Trump. And have you gone one way or the other? Are you still riding the fence?
I'm still riding the fence only because the more I go down the rabbit hole of this, I've become an investigative journalist, self-appointed, I might add. But the more I go down the rabbit hole of what these politicians have done for us and how they've been they've basically been at the mercy of, not the mercy because of the donor class. I think that I just feel that I want to support Cruz, and ultimately I will vote for him. But anybody else, the Rubio, I mean, again, I say it all the time. They've all been implicit, one way or another, with this globalist movement, which I think that the only way to kind of fight that now, the only hope is Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He wants to make, as corny as it may sound, he wants to make America great again. He wants to put us first.
Right.
And all these politicians are not doing that.
Yeah, I think, even with Cruz, we had a listener who emailed me last spring. He said, aren't you worried at all about Ted Cruz's wife, Heidi, who was working for Goldman Sachs and sits on a board, or did, probably not anymore, but sat on a particular board that George Soros was a member of as well.
So what you're saying is his wife smells fishy?
Something smells just a little off, and I want to believe, because I like Ted Cruz. I like that he's probably the most conservative constitutional candidate out there.
Well, he sounds it. And I don't mean to interrupt you, but yesterday he goes on to say that Rubio would make I don't know if it was just politics, him trying to get the Rubio supporters if Rubio falters, but he comes out and he says that Rubio would make a better president than Donald Trump. And in my mind, I'm saying, is this just for political reasons to get votes, or is this just the business as usual type of politics that's been taking place in the last 8 years?
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I believe the same thing.
Hey, Chris, one of those, you mentioned making America great again. That's one of the slogans that Trump conveys a lot, and I love hearing that. And one of the specifics that he mentioned during the last debate was our so-called allies, Korea, Japan, Saudi Arabia, I say all of NATO, is that he brings up, and I've been screaming this for years on this radio show, and anyone that listened to me, is that these really aren't allies. These are takers. And he said that, they're going to have to start paying. They're going to have to contribute to their defense. And if we're going to be providing that defense for them, they're going to have to cough up the money, because right now it's peanuts that they contribute. And that's not acceptable anymore, especially with the deficit. Even if we had surpluses, it's not acceptable to be ripped off like that. And so for him to voice that on a national stage, that really hit home with me. So on the one hand, I love Trump for things like that, but on the other, when he espouses the truth or nonsense about George W. Bush knowing about 9/11 and let it happen, and that he lied about weapons of mass destruction, he knew all along there weren't any, and then George Stephanopoulos calls him out and says, well, a bipartisan panel investigated that, and that's not been proven or anything, and Trump's response was, well, I never said he lied, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, yes, you did. So stuff like that really, it's like, I want to love you, Trump, but you keep throwing cold water on my love.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I go back and I say that this is what the process is about. And again, you're not going to meet a politician that you're going to agree with 100% of the time. You might not meet a politician that you're going to agree with 50% of the time. I think that's the state that this country's in. You're not going to agree with the politicians 50% of the time. The bottom line is this: Donald Trump has been very, very, very brilliant in the way he's been pulling in voters who have never voted in their life, or Democrats. He's been able to throw certain key words out there. For instance, his support for Planned Parenthood. He says, "Yeah, I support Planned Parenthood as long as they don't do abortion." And he said that before the South Carolina votes, the primary, because he knew that the Democrats were able to vote in South Carolina, and that maybe he might be able to get some of those votes. The other day, post-debate, he tells Chris from CNN, what's his name, the idiot, Chris Cuomo, he tells him on CNN, they're attacking me because the IRS is attacking me because I'm a Christian.
Right.
He's putting that out there. He's putting that out there so that he continues to get the support of the religious side.
Yeah, but it's so insincere
in everything he does. And again, it's just politics.
Yeah, but Chris, were you believing that when he says, I'm such a good Christian, that's why they're attacking me? Come on.
It doesn't go with. It doesn't matter whether I believe it or not. He's just putting those little chips in people's minds where it's kind of subliminal.
He's throwing chum into the water.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, can you hang through the break?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want you to hang through because I want you to give a little plug to ICRN and your new media podcast as well.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, hang tight. Derek, can you put him on hold? All right, we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Wham! Talk 1600.
Hey, my blood brothers of freedom. This is Ted Nugent.
Southeast Michigan's conservative powerhouse.
God bless Ann Arbor and Wham Radio. I started doing interviews on Wham Radio around 1966. I celebrate and promote the God-given individual right as guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights for us to defend ourselves, to keep and bear arms. And just to make sure everyone understands what we the people understand, keep can only mean one thing. That's it's mine and you can't have it.
Wham!
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. GOP candidates trying to drum up support ahead of Super Tuesday, slamming the competition.
The majority of Republican voters do not want Donald Trump to be our nominee, and they are going to support whoever is left standing that is fighting against him to ensure that we do not nominate a con artist.
Marco Rubio at a rally in Georgia. Donald Trump calling Rubio a lightweight, recalling,
I see him starting to sweat like I have never seen anything like it. Thank God he has really large ears, the biggest ears I've ever seen.
Stumping in Arkansas with New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and a billionaire investor weighing in on some claims by candidates.
In his annual letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders, Warren Buffett said that presidential candidates are misleading Americans into believing their children will be worse off than they are.
Fox Radio's Joe Chiaro. Fox News, we report. You decide.
It's time now for Wham! Talk 1600's Community Calendar with Brandon Drake.
If you want to attract wildlife to your property, planting properly selected plants can provide food and cover for a variety of animals. Evergreens provide good nesting cover for birds and thermal cover for larger animals. Cones from pines and spruces are an excellent food source for songbirds, while the leaves and berries from other plants provide needed winter food for many birds and animals. A well-designed planting can provide food and cover for the whole year. Planting tree and shrub windbreaks can help reduce your heating costs as well. Naturalizing your landscaping by planting a variety of trees, shrubs, native wildflowers, and prairie grasses can reduce maintenance costs, provide habitat for wildlife, and add beauty to your property and help reduce erosion. Tree, shrubs, prairie grass, and wildlife plants for these conservation uses are available for order from the Washtenaw County Conservation District Spring Tree and Plant Sale. Orders for tree and shrub seedlings will be accepted through March 23rd while supplies last. To learn more and to obtain a catalog for the Spring Tree and Plant Sale, call or visit the Washtenaw County Conservation District office at 7203 Jackson Road. Call 734-761-6721 extension 5. Information on the sale and a downloadable order form are also available on the district website at washtenawcd.org. Are you concerned about political unrest, financial instability, health issues, natural disasters, and confusion about what's right and what's wrong? Go to unlockrevelation.com and find out about the Unlock Revelation event coming to a location near you beginning March 28th. There's no charge, and please come as you are. God cares, and He does offer answers. To learn more, visit unlockrevelation.com.
You've been listening to the Wham! Community Calendar. To have your event publicized, email community@whamradio.com.
And welcome back to The Drift. Thanks for tuning in. Wham Talk 1600. You can call in, 734-822-1600. We've got Chris on the line from New York. Chris, are you still there?
No, this is not Chris.
Oh, this is Mike. I hit the wrong one there. Hey, Mike from Ann Arbor. Well, go ahead, Mike, and I'll bring Chris back.
I'm glad, Gary, I'm glad you're not a pilot. Otherwise, we would be right into the side of the mountain
We'd be
now.
like Ron Brown.
I've just canceled my flight this afternoon since you're going to be the pilot.
Go ahead, Mike. What do you got?
I just wanted to go real quick on Trump. One of the reasons we should support Trump, and I'm serious about this, is he's the only guy that can deliver states like Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, Delaware, New Jersey. These are states the Republicans constantly lose. And the Republicans can only afford to lose maybe one state, and they're finished. This way, they've got the whole country, the whole map is open to the Republican Party with Trump as the candidate. with Rubio, like I said, I think he belongs in the garbage heap. Cruz, I will vote for Cruz if Trump is, by some chance, is not the nominee. But